Welcome to Zone 6 Picks, your go-to source for daily sports betting predictions, expert insights, and free picks across the biggest games in the NBA, WNBA, NFL, MLB, NCAA, and more. We specialize in delivering accurate, research-backed betting content with no subscriptions, no hidden fees, just straightforward betting advice you can trust. Before we get started, a quick shout-out from my partner Zone 6.
What's up, family? Thanks for tapping in with Zone 6 Picks, where we drop game picks every single day. Straight free picks, no pay for play. If you like winning, this is the zone you need to be in, Zone 6. Just show the channel some love, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you don't never miss a money play. Let's eat.
What's up, YouTube world? And welcome back to the Zone. We slide back into the WNBA streets, where the WNBA playoffs roll on this Sunday, with two massive semifinal openers on deck. First, the Indiana Fever head to Las Vegas to take on the defending champion Aces in a clash of youth versus experience. Then in Minneapolis, the red-hot Minnesota Lynx look to defend their home floor against a Phoenix Mercury team, riding high after knocking out the defending champs. 2 games, 4 storylines, and plenty of action to break down. Let's get into it. First game up, we're in Las Vegas this Friday as the defending champion Aces welcome the Indiana Fever for Game 1 of their semifinal matchup. Oddsmakers have Las Vegas priced as an 8.5 to 9-point favorite, with the total sitting around 163.5. The market opened closer to Aces minus 9.5, but we've seen some early interest in Indiana, pulling the line slightly toward the underdog. This is the first ever playoff series between these two teams, and the stage is set under the bright lights of the Ultra Arena. Let's start with recent form. The Aces are coming off a dramatic first-round series against Seattle, where they blew out the Storm in Game 1, and then narrowly escaped with a 1-point win in Game 3. They've now won 5 of their last 6 overall, and continue to prove they know how to close out tough games. Against the spread, Las Vegas sits at 24, 22-1 on the season, perfectly balanced at home with a 12-12 record. Indiana, on the other hand, just shocked Atlanta in 3 games, showing poise beyond their years. They've covered in 6 of their last 7 contests, and finished the year with a strong 26-21 ATS mark, including 14-9 on the road or neutral sites. Efficiency tells its own story. Las Vegas plays at a league average pace, about 77 possessions a game, scoring just over 83 points, while allowing just over 80. But the split at home is critical. They jump to nearly 87 points per game in this building. Indiana is very similar in raw numbers, averaging 84 points scored and 80 allowed, but their production dips notably on the road, where they score around 81 compared to nearly 88 at home. The postseason tempo has leaned slightly slower, with both the Aces, Storm and Fever, Dream Series trending under in multiple games. A reminder that playoff basketball tightens up. Experience is one of the biggest divides in this matchup. Las Vegas has the championship core intact with Aja Wilson, Chelsea Gray, and Jackie Young. Wilson in particular has been unstoppable, putting up 38 points in the deciding game against Seattle. The Fever, led by coach Stephanie White, showed tremendous culture and fight against Atlanta, but this is a different environment and far greater pressure. Injuries weigh heavily on Indiana. Caitlin Clark has been ruled out for the remainder of the season, and the Fever are also missing Ari McDonald, Sydney Carlson, and Sophie Cunningham. That leaves their guard rotation thin and puts tremendous pressure on Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hull to generate perimeter offense. The Aces enter close to full strength with their stars healthy and ready. Head-to-head this year went 2 games to 1 in favor of Indiana, but every contest was won by the home team. The Aces defended home court 89-81 back in June, while the Fever took both matchups in Indianapolis during July. That historical split underscores just how strong Vegas is in this arena. Both teams enter with equal rest after 2 full days off, but Indiana travels across 2 time zones, while Las Vegas sleeps in their own beds. Coaching adjustments should be key. Expect Becky Hammond to lean on Wilson and Young in 2-woman actions, while Stephanie White will aim to slow tempo, feed Aaliyah Boston, and hope Mitchell can create enough offense in the half-court. The betting market has told us where the sharp side leaned early, with some money scooping Indiana at plus 9.5. But the most likely outcome still points to Las Vegas controlling Game 1. The Aces are too strong at home, too efficient in late-game execution, and too healthy compared to an Indiana team stretched thin in the backcourt. My projection calls for an Aces win and cover, with the total sneaking under the market number. Final score, Las Vegas 84, Indiana 76. Next and last, the Phoenix Mercury travel to Minneapolis to take on the Minnesota Lynx. Both teams arrive with momentum, but the underlying numbers suggest this opener could tilt heavily in favor of the home side. Minnesota comes in off a commanding first-round sweep of the Golden State Valkyries. They absolutely dominated Game 1 with a 101-72 blowout, then proved they could also grind out a tough finish by escaping 75-74 in Game 2. They enter this series with a 34-10 regular season record, the best in the league, and a stunning 20-2 home mark at Target Center. Their ATS record finished at 26-21, and they've been one of the most reliable teams at home, both straight up and against the number. Phoenix took a different path, upsetting the defending champion New York Liberty in 3 games. Their Game 3 road win at Barclays Center was gutsy and showed the character of this team. Still, their 27-17 regular season record and 24-23 ATS mark point to a group that has been strong but less consistent, especially in spots away from home. From an efficiency perspective, the Lynx were the league's best two-way team in 2025. They posted the highest offensive rating at just over 110 points per 100 possessions, while also finishing with the league's top defensive rating near 98. Their net rating of +12 set them apart as the most balanced unit in the league. They average over 86 points per game, while holding opponents around 73. And at home, they stretch those splits even further, scoring nearly 87 per night. Phoenix averaged just under 83 points per game this season, and their defense has been more vulnerable, allowing just over 80. In their first-round series against New York, they needed Thomas and Sabally to do everything in transition and on the glass. And while that worked against a Liberty team with flaws, it will be much harder against Minnesota's elite half-court defense. The playoff edge also rests with Minnesota. Nafisa Collier has been brilliant, averaging over 22 points on efficient shooting in the postseason. And Kayla McBride continues to provide spacing and big shot making. Alana Smith, the co-defensive player of the year, adds interior toughness for Phoenix. Alyssa Thomas has nearly averaged a triple-double in the postseason, while Sadhu Sabally and Kali Copper bring scoring punch, but they'll need to find consistent production from secondary pieces to keep up. Coaching matters, and Cheryl Reeve has her Lynx locked into a defensive identity that travels well in the postseason. On the injury front, Minnesota will miss John Carrington, but their core is intact with Collier leading the way. Phoenix lists Monika Koomakani and Helena Puyo out, but their main rotation is healthy. Head-to-head trends reinforce Minnesota's advantage. The Lynx won 3 of 4 against Phoenix this season, and both games in Minneapolis were decisive double-digit wins. Historically, the Lynx have been dominant in this building against the Mercury, and they've consistently covered spreads in this matchup. Situationally, Minnesota also has the edge. They closed out Golden State on Thursday, giving them 2 full days of rest, while Phoenix just finished a grueling Game 3 on Friday in New York and had to travel across 2 time zones. That short turnaround against a rested, home-dominant Lynx squad is a major disadvantage. The betting market opened Minnesota around -7.5, and we've seen ticks toward -8. That movement aligns with the numbers pointing to the Lynx. All signs suggest Minnesota is set up not only to win, but to cover. The most likely outcome is a Lynx victory in a controlled but comfortable fashion. My projected score has Minnesota 89, Phoenix 76. That would clear the spread and lean slightly over the current total of around 158. The combination of elite efficiency, home dominance, added rest, and matchup history all point in the same direction. Now let's cap it back, squad. I'm backing the Indiana Fever to fall short against Las Vegas, with the Aces covering behind their playoff-tested depth and defensive edge. In the second matchup, I'm rolling with the Minnesota Lynx to handle business against Phoenix, using their balance and home court strength to take control early in this series. That's every play for today's card. If you're rocking with Zone 6 picks, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a breakdown. Let's keep stacking tickets and building momentum all postseason long. Today, we feast.